Hey, what's up guys? My name is Brian. I'm the lead SAT coach here at GetThere Tutoring, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about some SAT math strategy. Okay, so students are always coming to us and saying that SAT math is the biggest killer of my SAT score. What do I do? How do I approach these questions? Send help. Alright, well, I'm actually here with some good news, because what people don't realize is that a really good score on your SAT math section really just depends on mastery over a select few concepts. Once you can master these concepts, which are really sprinkled throughout the entire exam, you'll have a much better handle on the bulk of the math section. One of these concepts is mastering the equation of a line. So I'm actually here today to give you guys a little explainer video on how to understand this concept inside and out and try and get your score up to where it needs to be. Before I jump right into the explanation, I just want to let you guys know about a little promotion that we at GetThere are having. If you like our Facebook page and share this video with at least one friend, then you'll be automatically entered to win a free SAT class with one of our top-notch tutors. So that's all you have to do, again, is like our Facebook page and share this video with one person that you think might benefit from this explanation. All right, guys, let's jump right into this first question, which says, what is the slope of the line M in the figure above? All right, so this is a linear equation. We know that we have to refer back to our equation of a line, which is y equals mx plus b or plus c, depending on what system you're in. You may or may not remember this equation, but believe it or not, this is the backbone to so many questions on the SAT. So please learn this inside and out. Y equals mx plus c, where m represents the slope or the gradient of this line, and c represents the y-intercept. The y-intercept. All right, simply put, this is the c, the y-intercept is where this line crosses the y-axis. The slope, or you'll also hear the word gradient, sort of represents a rate of change. How much does y change every time x changes or increases by 1? That's what this constant m right here is telling us. And that's what they want us to calculate in this. What is the slope of the line? The formula for the slope of the line, as you may or may not remember, is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's go ahead and put in some values based on what we have from the graph. So we can, it doesn't matter which one is y2 or which one is y1, as long as you keep them consistent. So let's say that y2, this is point number 2 and that's point number 1. Y2 is going to be 0 minus 2 over 4 minus 0. 0 minus 2, negative 2 over 4 simplifies to negative a half. Great, so the slope of this line is negative a half. You can kind of look at it and know that it's negative by the fact that it's going downwards. Okay, more on this soon. So please remember this formula. It's the backbone of everything you're going to need on this section. Okay, here's the next question. A line with a slope of 2/3 passes through the points 1, 4, and x, 10. What is the value of x? All right, well, again, we have to refer back to our y equals mx plus, I'll use b this time, y equals mx plus b. It says that we know the slope, so I can put that in right away. Y equals 2/3 x plus b. They've given us 2 points. Well, they've really given us 1 point on this line, which is useful information, because now we can substitute this, the coordinates of x and y from this point into our equation. So we can say at this point, x is 1, y is 4. So we're going to say 4 is equal to 2/3 times 1 plus b. What this does is it helps us to solve for b, to find out our y-intercept and complete our equation of a line right here. So simply put, 4 is equal to 2/3 plus b. 4 minus 2 over 3 is equal to b. What's 4 minus 2/3? Well, that's 3 1/3, right? I tend to favor improper fractions on this exam, so I'm going to say 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10 over 3. So if b is 10 over 3, I can go back into my equation of a line right here and say y is equal to 2/3 x plus 10 over 3. Okay, great. Now we have the full equation of this line, which helps us to figure out what is the value of x, because they're really asking what is x when y is equal to 10. So all we have to do, guys, I'm going to change the color since we're on the home stretch, is say 10 is equal to 2/3 x plus 10 over 3. 10 thirds. Again, if just in case to make sure you caught that, we're substituting x and 10 as x and 10, x and y. I can simplify this by multiplying everyone by 3, because listen, I don't like denominators. We want to get rid of denominators as quickly as we can. So let's multiply everyone by 3 on both sides, leaving 30 is equal to 2x plus 10. The 3's on this side will cancel out. All right, so if 30 equals 2x plus 10, we can say 30 minus 10 is 20 is equal to 2x. X must be 10. There you go. So this is my answer. Answer is D. All right, let's jump on to the next question. So we have some worded linear equation problems, which again give people a lot of trouble because they don't understand the y equals mx plus b. So it's all very well and good to understand it in terms of, you know, a graph like so, where you have the slope and the y-intercept, but what does this mean in real life? That's what these questions are asking you. The number of loaves of bread remaining in a bakery each day can be estimated by the equation b, bread, is equal to 200 minus 18h, where h is the number of hours that have passed since the store's opening. What is the meaning of the value 18 in this equation? Well, because we know our formula for the equation of a line, we see y is equal to, well, they switched it around, and this one is 200 minus 18h, but 18 being the coefficient of h, or x as we know it up here, represents the gradient. We know that the gradient basically tells us how much does the y value, or the output, in this case b, which is the number of loaves of bread remaining, how much does b change every time h increases by 1. So every 1 hour that passes, we know that b decreases by 18 because the gradient is minus 18. With that in mind, is it A, the bakery sells all its loaves of bread in 18 hours? Is that what 18h stands for? No, because we know we're looking for a rate of change. The bakery sells 18 loaves of bread each hour. Well, yeah, that's exactly what we just said. Every hour that passes, we decrease the number of loaves of bread by 18 loaves. We don't even need to read any further, although I recommend that you do, just to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes, cover all our bases, and move on. You see how understanding a simple concept like the gradient can really help you to answer several of these. And trust me, these are going to be everywhere on the exam. All right, next question. This says that this y-axis has the daily profit and x-axis represents the number of cakes. The relationship between the daily profit y in dollars of a bakery and the number of cakes sold by the bakery is graphed in this xy plane above. What does the slope of the line represent? We just said that the slope of the line represents the rate of change. So, is it the price of each cake? No, the profit generated from each cake sold, which means for every cake sold, the slope would tell us how much profit we get for every extra cake. As a matter of fact, this has to be our answer because we just went over the fact that the gradient, or the rate of change, says for every increase in x, how much does y increase? Okay, our very last question. This one is asking us, in the xy plane, the graph of which of the following equations is what? Perpendicular to the graph of the equation above. If you don't know, what does perpendicular even mean? Perpendicular means that two lines on a graph will intersect each other at 90 degrees. So there's a special rule that you need to remember in the case of perpendicular lines graphed in the xy plane, and that is perpendicular lines have gradients or slopes that are inverse reciprocals. Got that? Inverse reciprocals. What that means is if this gradient right here, let's just say, is m equals a half, positive a half, then the perpendicular gradient is going to be the inverse reciprocal, negative reciprocal. That means we're going to have to put on a negative sign and then reciprocate. So what was positive 1 over 2 now becomes negative 2 over 1. So in this equation right here, we see, all right, well, it doesn't quite look like the equation of a line that we're accustomed to seeing, which is y equals mx plus c. Right here we have like mx plus something y equals c. Let's rearrange this. We always have to rearrange this to look like the standard form for the equation that we're accustomed to. So how would I do that? I'm going to say 3y is equal to 2x plus 6. And of course, it has to be y equals mx plus c, not 3y. So we have to divide everybody by 3 plus 6 over 3, which simplifies to 2. So we're looking for something that says y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. The gradient here is 2/3, and they're asking us for the equation that is perpendicular to this line. So instead of 2 over 3x, we're looking for a gradient that is the negative reciprocal of 2 over 3. So if m is 2 over 3, then the perpendicular gradient must be negative 3 over 2, right? Which of these equations, A, B, C, D, has a gradient m of negative 3 over 2? Well, these are also not written in the equation of a line. So let's go ahead and change them over. A would turn into y is equal to, I'm taking the 3x, moving it over to be minus 3x plus 6 over 2. The gradient of this one now is minus 3 over 2. Is that what we're looking for? Absolutely. So my answer for number 5 has to be A. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video extremely helpful. Again, if you did, please like our Facebook page and share this video with one friend that you think might benefit from this concept, and you'll be automatically entered to win a free SAT class with us. I just want to also let you know that if you need continued SAT prep, we at GetThere are training students for the December sitting as well as the March sitting in 2020. So contact us today to secure your spot. Alright, catch you next time.